What's up, everybody? Welcome to the. Maybe a little bit of an echo there, but I think we got that worked out. Welcome to the stream. Back to our regularly scheduled program today. I'm
Just
Eddie.
like we never left.
Right.
Just like we never left.
Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah.
So yeah, Eddie coming at you here from Memphis as usual. I got my partners Joe and Bill. How are y'all doing?
Chilling.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, been a busy week, huh? You know.
Man,
The three of us have had a good one so far.
Yeah, man. All different spectrums, all different things. You know, it's bizarre, man. Life definitely is a trip.
it's been something else. We've had the past like 7 days, but we've had birth, death, and near death between the three of us. Crazy.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting few days. I guess that's the word I'll use.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I think let's start with a celebration at least. Let's start on a positive note.
Yeah.
And Joe, so we've got a new member of the Vance family, huh?
She's here. Isabella Jo made it here last week. Her birthday is 8/3. August 3rd is officially Leo season in the Gelsomino house.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we love
Congrats,
Leo
man.
season.
Thank you.
Officially, congrats. Yeah.
If she wasn't sleeping, I'd throw her up on the screen, but she's snoozing right now, and that's how we like it.
Yeah.
That's a blessing. Yeah, it's especially if it's a Leo. I'm a Leo, by the way. My birthday is this Saturday. Next Saturday. Next Saturday.
Next
21st.
Coming up.
Yeah, coming soon. So Leo's good luck, Joe. You're in for it.
Cheers.
Thanks,
Well, cheers to that, man. Hey, thanks, Joe, for the Juice Land fruited hazy there.
Of course,
gotta crack them.
Yeah, man. We crack that open real quick. Yeah.
I got a little Harlan brewing, a little hazy IPA, River Days. It's a collaboration with a beer club up in, I believe they're up in Oregon. Really cool, cool spot up there. So yeah.
It's got a little camping vibes, like just a chill drinking type of sipper.
Yep. Usually not a hazy guy, but I picked one out of the fridge today, so going with it.
Word.
Very nice. I've got a Sourheads. Sourhead Bang. I like
That's
it.
a good one.
Makes me feel it right here.
Yeah. It get you.
I like them. So cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bang, keeping me alive. Sugar free.
Cheers, boys.
Hey, cheers. Yeah.
Ooh.
Every time I switch off my screen, does it go to my default picture?
Oh, you're good.
No.
I do that?
No, you're good. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, because I'm putting up a blog post right now so I can share like another new shoe that I guess they're releasing with. Well, we'll talk about it in a little bit. I'll put it up here.
Talk a little bit on the stream. Yeah, I like it.
You know, on the fly.
So I guess let's kick it off. Elephant in the room. Me. If clearly we've been talking for a while about all of our the plans that we have for this big event with Clayton and all Blends and all this stuff that we had planned, and we put in a lot of work to get it done, and of course I arrive to San Diego. Plus I just needed a vacation.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a vacation, and so I get to San Diego on Thursday, and I'm not feeling super well. I'm not feeling terrible, but I'm just not feeling like myself.
Right.
And chalk it up to travel.
That's what they say, yeah.
It's like, whatever. I'll be okay. I go to Gaslamp. I grab a bite to eat at Ike's. Shout out to Ike's Sandwich in Gaslamp. Super good. This is not an indictment on Ike's. This is not Ike's fault, I promise. Go get a sandwich for them. It was really good.
Classic guy.
I get to my Airbnb. I chose to stay way out in Ramona. If you're not familiar with Southern California, San Diego area, Ramona is the canyon. It's way out, basically the middle of nowhere, in the desert canyons. And I chose that on purpose because I wanted to get away. I wanted to sort of get out and be away from everything and decompress. I work in, I don't know if I've ever said where I work, but I don't, if I haven't, I don't want to say now. But I work in tech at home, and I'm always connected to everything, you know. And so, wanted to have a little bit of a break from all that, you know, as much as you can, I guess. Well, Thursday night's kind of a blur to me. I woke up Friday morning not feeling well at all, really, really bad. Cold sweats, couldn't catch my breath. I was staying in a tiny house, so like the the walk from the bedroom to the bathroom was like 10 feet, and I was like stopping to catch my breath because I was so out of breath, and I just was not feeling well. So started throwing up, and I ended up passing out actually in the floor of my Airbnb, and I woke up at some point in like a filthy, like, I didn't stop throwing up just because I passed out. It was bad. It was in a bad space. Woke up still sort of confused about how all this happened, but I apparently found the VA in La Jolla, drove myself there, made it somehow. But I legitimately couldn't breathe. I felt like there was a vice around my chest,
Wow.
and it hurt every time I took a tiny breath. And so I was in a bad way. Got to the ER. They met me in the parking lot with a team and everything, and brought me inside. This was Friday afternoon, or early Friday afternoon, and so I got in there, and they hooked me up to everything, a bunch of tests and all this stuff. And so, if you didn't know, I'm diabetic, and there's a thing when your blood sugar gets too high. It's called diabetic ketoacidosis, DKA, and it's a pretty serious condition. Your blood basically becomes too acidic, and like everything sort of goes down from there. I had people say, "Well, why didn't you bring your insulin?" I did, but the airline lost my one bag, and that was my medicine bag. Of course, why didn't I just carry it with me? Hindsight's 2020. Didn't expect that to happen, but
Right.
it's not like I hadn't been without insulin before. It's okay. You feel kind of shitty, but like it's okay. Well, the situation was sort of compounded by the fact that I also had a stomach blockage at the time, and it caused my stomach to expand and put pressure on my heart and my lungs, and so I couldn't breathe. My heart wasn't beating properly. It was a bad situation.
And still no blame to Ike. Ike is still a good person.
Yeah, Ike's good people's. Get the lincecum. It was great. Not Ike's fault. It's my shitty body's fault. It was a bad situation all around. The biggest issue was my diabetes that really sort of made everything worse. I mean, my blood was so acidic that I was basically pickling my brain and my organs. So not good. The doctor in the ER and the ICU were like, "Hey, this is your pH level, so like the acidity of your blood was the highest we've ever seen. Mine was 6 point, or the lowest we've ever seen. It was 6.9. And if you look up like pH for blood, 6.9 is about as low as you can go. If you get to 6.8, you're dead. It's not conducive to life. And I'm sort of still coming to terms with how serious this was. I sort of thought that they were being a little bit dramatic, whatever, I'll be okay. But it was really bad. So I ended up being in the ICU. Long story short, too late, right? But I was in the ICU. I didn't have any of my phone, no devices, because they took me from my car, in the parking lot inside. And so I didn't have anything, so I couldn't tell anybody anything. I had a tube in my face for 2 days. I couldn't talk. It was bad.
It didn't dawn on me either, man. Like I forget that, you're on my friend finder, app, with Apple, because we just did it. Like I think that one time, like at Joey and Kay's wedding, and it's just always been there. And I didn't think anything of it. And I was just like, we were wondering. I thought you were just like on some crazy hippie fucking trip out in Ramona, because I was like, why else would you go to Ramona? And other than probably just, straight edge Eddie's gonna take a turn and try something new. I don't know. But yeah, and then like, okay, this is kind of serious. You're not going to fly all the way out here and not want to go to this event that was like what we've been planning. And when we were there at Blends, I was like, you know what? Oh shit, I forget. You're on my app, so let me look it up. And sure enough, I looked up. I was like La Jolla, like VA, like what the hell? Okay, this is serious. What the hell's going on? I'm like, or it showed you in the parking lot, like in the corner of the parking lot, and I was like, whoa. And then I called, Joe, and then that's when he tracked you down, and called
Joe,
in and verified that you were there. So
they came in the room and they were like, "There's a Joey and I was like, that's Joe.
Let me get that. Yeah, I'll take it.
and and it's like, it's if you had when I was talking to Joe, I didn't even realize there was a phone in the room. That's sort of how out of it I was, and they had just taken the tube out of my face maybe 20 or 30 minutes before Joe had called. So I was not in a position to even talk before then. So it was just sort of like timing, right? That he called me and that y'all had found me, fucking find my iPhone, right?
Okay, this is serious. Yeah, okay, you're at this hospital, like, oh shit, what's going on? So.
Dude, and as much stuff as all the stuff you were going through too, when I called, they connected me and they said, casually, they said, he's in ICU. And my heart dropped. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I had already thought something terrible had happened to you because this isn't how you operate. So, of course, when I made the call, I'm shaking, I'm shivering. And, when I got you on the phone, all of a sudden the adrenaline spiked back up. I knew you were okay. And as much as the stuff you went through, that like hour and a half of us trying to figure out like where the fuck Eddie is, it was rough. But I'm glad you're okay. And I thought I for some reason tracked you too, but I guess Bill, thank God, had it, because I was gonna start calling hospitals, but I would have never even thought like VA. I would have eventually. I would have made it that way, but
who would have thought he would have drove all the way from Ramona to La Jolla?
I would have never put two and two together, dude.
Bro, I remember like a brief moment, like being like after I got up off the floor, and being so confused when I was at the Airbnb. Like, I guess I call 911, but like I'm way the fuck out here. There's no cell service. I have Wi-Fi service, right, at the Airbnb, but like I don't know how to tell people how to get here. I don't know the address like offhand. There's a gate that you have to get into. It's like 1.5 miles off the main road. It's a dirt. Like I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I guess I just die here. I guess this is it.
Yeah.
Like right. I guess this is just how I go. I'm gonna roast alive in some stone tiny house.
The nearest hospital has to be Poway or Escondido.
Poway, yeah. I think Poway.
Yeah.
Because I had to drive through, and I drove through Poway, right, to get to the VA. And this is sort of like one of those, like, how fucked up everything is, right? Outside of like my own personal shit, but like the system, right? Like forethought for me was not like, hey, I need to get medical care. Like, first thing I thought was, I need to get to the VA so I don't get a bill for medical care.
Yeah.
Like that was, I couldn't breathe. I was in such shitty shape, but I was like, yo, yeah, I need to go to the VA because they're going to charge me if I go to a normal emergency room.
Yeah.
A couple bucks though.
So like fucking, just, how fucked up all that is. And here I am feeling, I'm back in Tennessee now. I feel much better, by the way. I everything fucked up. I missed everything. I missed everybody. I only really had a day of vacation, which was, an amazing day. I sort of had a lot of stuff I wanted to bunch into one day. because of how jacked everything was. But at the end of the day, you know, I was like, you know what? I legitimately almost died. Let me just relax for a second. So I went to Laguna Beach and I had a burrito on the beach, and it was awesome. And
That's what's up.
you know, like it was great. I feel much better. I'm still not 100%. I'm definitely, my brain still feels sort of cloudy, but I'm happy to be, you know, back and kicking, and it's, you know, grateful to have friends who cared enough to fucking Pink Panther me down and see what was going on. You know, not assume I was.
We love you, dude. We love you. We're glad you're okay.
Something.
It's funny though. Your last 2 trips to San Diego have been my wedding and this. You missed,
Mr.
Bro.
Well, he made the reception.
Yeah.
Missed the wedding. We're calling him, Eddie, where are you at, dude? He's like, what do you mean? Oh, wedding was now. He's like, what? I thought it was tomorrow. So
that was a fucking mess, dude. Bill, I'm getting my hair cut in 8th and G, and so this was January of last year, right? I'm getting my hair cut, and I walk over to CVS to grab a drink, and then I get a text message from Bill who says, "Hey, where you at? It's about to start." And I was like, "The fuck are you talking? What's about to start? The wedding's tomorrow." And it hits me. It's like, no, the wedding is today, and so I am like an hour away, right? Like I'm not close, and so I rush back I get a lift, and I rush back to the Airbnb that I was staying at in North Park, and shower, because I had just gotten a haircut, so I was all fucked up. Showered, got dressed, went to the back in a lift, and got to where the reception was. But I was so fucked up, like I forgot the gift at the Airbnb. Like it was a fucking mess. Like I am a mess. I don't know what happened.
And for those of you from SoCal, like the wedding venue was right there at the bridge on the 15 that everybody knows that you pass under when you're coming from like LA down to San Diego, and it's like right there at the bridge. So now we call that Joey K's bridge, because it was like right there, right at the end of the bridge, right there. It was their venue. So, but that's not close from where the hell you were at, like at all.
I was so far away, and I was sweating. I was like, dude, I cannot believe I'm such an asshole that I missed this fucking thing. Like, I felt so bad. Oh God! But the reception was beautiful. It was great. Donuts were awesome. The meal was great. Y'all were beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Aww.
It's good times.
So, we love you, Eddie. We're glad you're okay, dude.
Yeah. Man, so,
but you did miss an event, man. It was pretty fun. I mean, it was a lot of just standing around and talking and shaking hands and whatnot. It was cool. I mean, I don't know. The turnout wasn't huge in terms of like what we've seen before with parties that we've done in the past, but like just I would say it had more substance. You know what I mean? Like people that like our friends here, everybody here in the chat, and like just like people that we've known, and guys like Kuhn who we've never met in person before, and hey, he shows face. That Daniel,
he's real.
Daniel came down, and I've seen Daniel a few times because I meet up with him to trade stuff, but like he's never really gone out to events. He went to the Syndicate event like way back then, but he lives so far, he doesn't come down. So him and brought the family down, got to meet the new baby too. So it was just really cool, man. Hung out, went to Bootleggers, had some beers, and then just ran back and just hung out. And you saw the photo there of the group. Like it's pretty funny, man. There's an old guy there. Sorry, I'm sorry if you follow us. We didn't get your name, and we were like, that was the when we went to go eat after, we're like, you didn't get his name? No, you didn't get his name? Come on. It's like, Clayton, you talked to him for like an hour, bro. What happened? You didn't even get his name? And so basically we're just calling him Blue. That's all we know him by, but he's my boy Blue, man. Like he's a super cool guy. He said he's only been collecting, sneakers for about 4 years. He was wearing some like skate high decons, Slayers, and he was asking me like, how come they don't have the red and the gold on them or something? I'm like, I don't know, they look like samples. It wasn't something I was aware of. Maybe we Google it, we might find them.
Wow.
But yeah, he's like, yeah, I mostly collect band collabs and this and that. He's like, I went to the sneaker show like last week. I think he was talking about SneakerCon or something. He was like, it was at the the Anaheim Convention Center is like one of those big ones. I'm like, oh gosh, like, poor guy, he's out there like trying to just get into sneakers. I'm like, yeah, man, here, stick with us, man.
Yeah,
I think we're
get
more
me the
your
right place
speed.
this time.
You're gonna enjoy yourself here, and we loved it, man. Like we're just like, dude, see, we come in all walks of life. You know what I mean? It's so dope.
Yeah,
like that's our range right there, man.
Was this the old guy in like the maroon hat I'm seeing in the
Yeah.
picture?
Yeah, he's wearing a Vans hat, like a little like camp cap type of looking hat, and then like a Vans shirt, and then his Vans sneakers. Like, dude, this homie's decked out, man. Like, he showed up to like represent, man, for real.
That's so
I was
dope.
like so happy. Everybody was just having a good time with him, talking and asking questions. He's real enthusiastic, When Tack unveiled some shoes for us, I was telling you guys about this, and it was a treat, man. I'm not even sure if I want to get into details about it because one, I'm not sure how much, he wants us to say about it. It might have just been a treat for people who were there.
Right.
But everybody got to see some fucking epic shit. Like it was the shoes coming out. It's gonna be dope. So I don't even want to say the model because it's gonna cause hype and all that shit. But Blue was like right there in the front, like wiggling his way to the front. He was asking questions and he's like, "So how much are these gonna be?" And I was like, "Oh no,
oh boy,
this is not how you get your feet wet with Vans, not with a pair of Blends bones. Like you're gonna don't run, okay? Don't be scared away by. They're not all like this, But it was
like 160 what?
Yeah, exactly. I know. But he was just so enthusiastic about it and had a bunch of questions, and we were just loving it, man. It was so dope.
That's one of the coolest things about the community, right? Is that we have, that it is so diverse. Someone in the chat, SD Chicana, she said, the greatest part was so much diversity in the group. I love it, and it's so true. Like you look at like any group can always be more diverse, right? Don't get me wrong, but if you look at the photos, like it's a diverse group. We got kids, we got old folks, we got middle-aged folks, we got women. We got all walks and talks, and it's really cool.
Furman over there on the right-hand side, looking like a
yeah. There's Pops, yeah, looking like a G.
It's so dope, I love it, and I'm so bummed to have missed it, but we will. So next year.
It's only the first one, man, and it's gonna be bigger. Once this gets traction, because we're gonna figure out how to hook up the tires and get down the track with it, right? We got a lot of horsepower. We just got to figure out how to, win the race. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Get some laps in. Yeah, exactly.
We're in first gear.
Yeah.
And
Granny shipped in.
Next year is our that's the Strictly Waffles 10th anniversary. So
special.
It's gonna be good. It'll be big. We will already working on making it legit, as much as we can. So
photos were awesome. Everybody sharing and all that good stuff. That's how I, unlike Eddie, I had a real excuse. So I was living vicariously through everyone too, and I know I couldn't make it myself, but really Blends and the whole crew up there, and
big shout out to Blends and talking everyone there.
Todd made us our shirt. Thank you again, Todd. It was received real well. Everybody pretty much showed up except for the XXL guys. Yeah, we got to make some more. I think we'll do like an order or something so people who didn't get to go can buy one.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. Someone was just asking me specifically about a XXL. I don't know if we have any.
Yep. Yeah, I got to put them together. Yeah, for sure. That was, I took them all basically. I got one. Then I gave one to my bro. He got one, and then the other XXL went to Joey. So I only made 3 of them.
I have 2 of them, and I'm happy to get rid of one. So
you have one of each, I think, right? You have a black and a green. So
let me know. I'll send one wherever I need to send it.
Don't worry about it. We're gonna order more. I'll order more once. I just want to make it a pre-order so we don't over-order. I just want to order as many as people want. So I think we should put together like an order, and then we'll figure it out. Maybe just I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll put
as long as we don't order smalls. Eddie knows smalls.
Bro, I still got that damn small. It's like, it's so small. Like it is like, I don't know what kind of small it is. It's like a youth medium. I don't know what it is. It's tiny. You know what? We'll save it for the babe. She'll grow into it eventually.
Yeah. we go.
One day.
The first run of shirts we did for Strictly Waffles was a rad shirt. The shirt was awesome. The design was great. But the actual shirt itself was like not like slim fit. It was extra slim fit.
Toltex.
And I remember
Toltex brand.
And Eddie was like, "Oh, these are great." And I'm like, "Eddie, I'm not extra slim. I'm not even slim. I'm nowhere near it." So
this is an undershirt now.
Bro, yeah.
The missus wears it. It's still out here.
I don't think I can fit into mine anymore. So you're in good company anyway. Todd said you're hockey slim. That's what you're hockey slim.
Right.
But yeah, we kind of dropped the ball on the coverage, you know. Even like I thought maybe Clayton would even do his live thing, but I think we were just so caught up in conversations and moving from circle to circle of different people just hanging out, you know, and you know, we were just in it. You know, even Dave said it too. Like Dave's like, "Sorry, man, I didn't even take photos. We just got caught up." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, I know. That's what happens." And I was glad, like, I wasn't trying to sell the shirts and stuff, you know, because that takes up a lot of time too. I'm sitting there trying to just do stuff. Oh, there she is, you know, and it takes up.
Hi, baby.
And it just takes away from the experience and, you know, having fun and interacting with people. So.
Right. I think like when you're there, you know, I'm bad about it too. I don't if I go in politics, right, I always used to get, when I go to an event or something like that, when I was running for office, my campaign manager would always give me shit because I never would take pictures of anything. I would never document that I was there. And I was always like, I would rather have this instead of living it through this, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I take pictures, I'm never going to look at them, right? It's different for us, I guess, when we're doing social media stuff and we're posting things about stuff, but like, it's never front of mind for me to do that, to take photos and video and stuff. But you know, it's cool. I mean, I think that's the sign of a dope event. I think it's really cool.
Yep. But yeah, it was fun. The event was cool. Hung out afterwards. A lot of us went over to TK Burgers. Sat there for like another 3 hours. It seemed they were probably pissed at us, like what the hell. But it wasn't too busy over there, so it was
usual,
cool.
Right?
And we all hung out and got to hang out some more. I'm trying to think too. I got to go to corporate with Clayton. Clayton secured a little visit.
Let's talk about that. How did that go?
She's like, I'm over it. Isabella says hi, guys. Sorry. This is how beautiful this little baby is, and she's a little milk drunk. So, you know, she heard you talking about burgers and beers, and she said she'll be there next year, and hopefully not.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Sorry. Go on. I'm gonna hand her back to Mama. Ooh, say bye bye like Simba. The circle of life.
We needed that.
Go on. Sorry.
So So what I was gonna say is shout out to NEWKON, Jason. He hooked up Clayton with like a visit. You know, like I guess Clayton just hit him up and asked what he could do for him. And it ended up turning into a cool little thing, man. We got to go along. Two other guys, Clayton's two buddies that he originally linked up with before we even piled on to his, Cali visit.
Yeah.
We had Trevor and Alex. They both went along with us too. And we're just got to meet up NEWKON there. He let us in. He toured us the place. It's pretty empty. Nobody's there right now.
Yeah, they're still doing a lot of remote stuff, right?
Yeah, they're still working remotely for the most part. And But I gave us the whole tour, sat down for like a good almost an hour in Steve's in his conference room. Remember the room that has all his like knickknacks and awards and that room where he has all his like giveaways and stuff. Remember, with all the file cabinets and everything. That was cool. We sat in there and just had to talk about like how 31 Days of Vans went, how it came about, what else. Maybe there's things we can do next year, like with them, with Steve, and So we're like trying to put in his ear, like, hey man, maybe we can like use the patio. They redid the patio a little bit upstairs, on the third floor, and they got like an outdoor like a projector screen, and there's like a little bit of like a set coverings and stuff. A lot of furniture now, so we could host a party up there even. Maybe that would be cool.
I'm liking it.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that gives us a lot of ammunition, man. I mean, think about the things we could do if we try to do this party yearly. It doesn't obviously have to be on any sort of day in August, and right at the end of July we have a kickoff. maybe some sort of contest. I don't know. Now we'll have to really spitball and get it down.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
And actually, all three of us make it.
Yeah, I know. But we'll figure something out. Hopefully, that'd be cool, man. Makes it more and more official.
Was there anything that you can talk about that maybe you saw?
Yeah, I can't describe it, but I can tell you we got to experience and see the new All Nation Skate Jam shoe coming out.
Hell yeah, love that.
And there's some new colorways, like shout out to Todd Harder there.
Todd Harder at Native Skates.
Yeah, man. So we got to see it. Sorry, man. We got to see it in Steve's cage. He has this cool like warehouse where he like just has all his stuff, and a lot of it is like his projects and promos, and I guess these just are hot off the press. They all just came in from the factory, so there's a bunch of them there, and it's like, oh snap! Like
that's
whoa.
That's one of my favorite collabs that happens every year. Is the Native Pendleton. So if you don't know, if you're not familiar with ANSJ, All Nation Skate Jam, it's a Native skate summit, I guess, maybe was what you would call it.
It's like a skate jam for like to raise money. It's during their powwow that they do every year. So it's
really dope.
That's what it's part of.
It's a really great organization and event. And they didn't have it last year, right? Because of COVID.
Either COVID. Sometimes it got rained out for a couple years, or something. But now it's more official, where the shoes get released online now.
Yeah, they're not it used to be like eBay and Etsy, right? Or like
dude, even before that, we had to call him, like call the Red Paint Graphic, his printing shop. Like, hey, can I get on the list? Like, are you dropping these? What's the deal? We just saw them online somewhere on a blog, and we're like, how do we get these, man? And that's kind of how. Like I've had a relationship with him, over the years because of bugging him like that,
Yeah, so Todd's a good dude. I if you don't follow him on Instagram or all the socials, Native Skates, he also, outside of just the van stuff, I mean, they do a lot of like, pro Native and like socially conscious, socially aware, like shirts and tees. They have like, like a Cleveland Indians thing that says Caucasians, and they have, one of my favorite shirts that I wear all the time is a "Make America Native Again" shirt that I have, that I get a lot of compliments on, catches a lot of heads, so not a lot of eyes. But yeah, shout out to Todd. Looking forward to seeing those for sure. So more info as we get in on that.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
it sounds like a good event. I'm glad. Or good little hang.
Yeah, it was good. Got some good conversations in, so now we can maybe reach out to NEWKON if we got like ideas or whatever, to see if we can run by Steve or something. Or if we want to get a message to Steve, we just get in touch with him. He can relay it to him,
Drop a little.
Let Steve know.
Note.
Yeah. It's
really cool.
Yeah, dude.
Sweet. So I think that wraps up the weekend. A lot happened. A lot went on. I guess we can talk about some recent release stuff. We had the. So we skipped, I guess, over or maybe didn't skip over, but the Civilist pack from before. Seems like it did really well. The Skate Mint pack did really well. It released. We were going to talk about that on the stream, but whatever. Now we're here now, so it was a cool drop. Pretty interesting. Love that stuff. Love the Skate Mid, but more recently we had the fundamental FDMTL denim drop with Vans Vault.
Pretty interesting.
Cool stuff.
I saw them at Blends during the event. They just got them that day, and they put them out on their bed, that they display all their shoes on.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting little material there. I've never seen that material used before, like ever. I mean, that's their whole thing too. They're all about their like different denim types and stuff.
They are expensive though.
They are. This is their fourth collab, right? That they've done. Only the last one and this one, I think, were available in the U.S.
Right.
That's correct. But yeah, they were definitely expensive. Would they start at like $180? Is that right?
I didn't even see price tags on it, so I wouldn't doubt it. Usually they don't put the price, I guess, if it's kind of high, or you're gonna.
You gotta ask.
Yeah.
Can't afford it, right? One of those things. But super cool. I'm a denim head. I spend too much on denim anyway, so that I'm never gonna wear. I have too many pairs that I I need to wear so I can get some fades, but I never do. 209. They started at 209, so that's how much
Jeez.
they started at.
Bodega has the skate
know.
high at 225.
And
Oh
they,
damn. Okay, it was like that. I didn't.
you know,
And I
like
thought the Jowls were expensive. Damn.
they probably sold out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't checked
right?
anywhere,
Yeah.
but they probably sold out. Those, the old ones are super hard to find.
Yeah.
I mean, it's arguable that maybe the old ones are a little bit better looking than these two, with the different sort of designs, like the Japanese inspired designs, weaves, and stuff like that. But these are dope. You know, I'd love to have a pair of these. I love the eras, love the slips.
So yeah, Vans. If you got any extras just sitting around,
Yeah.
Hey, let us know, man.
that need to be promoed somewhere.
Yeah, hook
12, 11 and a half, and a 10.
10. You know, just hook it up. One of each, right? We don't even need 9. Just give us one each. We'll surprise us. And a deck. They didn't have a deck before, so the deck's cool.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to get my hands on a
It's
deck.
a drawer box, too.
Oh, it was a drawer box. Nice.
Drawer box, dust bag. The dust bag is a nice navy
I
bag.
know what's up, man. See, that's how you're supposed to do it.
Exactly. See, 209 doesn't sound so bad when you start thinking about like a lot of this
Right.
stuff. I mean, it still ain't cheap, but you know,
Yeah.
it's nice that they did throw those extras. If you're paying 209 for a flip top box, not with no dust bag, paper, you know, on the inside, it'd be sort of like eh.
Yeah.
But I stand corrected. Yeah, not errors, authentics. Sorry.
All right, Julio. Please
not-
forgive Eddie.
Yeah.
Not errors.
We gotta have a video. Do I need to put that meme back up?
Right.
These are
What's the
eras,
difference?
not authentic.
Oh, Era,
These are
Era versus Era Pro.
yeah. Oh,
Era
Authentic
decon.
versus Authentic Pro.
A decon in there too. To complicate things.
We're gonna need a video of all these, so I'll
Chris
research
Farley
it.
one. These are their eras, not authentics.
Dunk
Word.
versus Dunk SB.
Yeah,
That's
we still gotta make that video.
that's sort of the release. Well, I guess it's not sort of the release. We had some other releases that we can talk about.
Release of the week, man. This past 3 days.
The how do you pronounce Jounds?
Jules said it's just jound, so I'm like, okay.
The
All right.
Jounds.
Jound, just jound.
Yeah. So the,
The 3 J's are
Jounds,
silent. The three-
I missed out on every pair, so not great. Not super excited about that. Really excited for the shoe. You know, I think the shoes are dope. If you're not familiar with Jound, man, you are now probably the fans of Jound. They are. I can't remember what I used to describe them in the chat, but it was like, you know, they are a. It's a very niche, small community, but they are crazy.
They're vigilant for their releases.
Big time. And it's sort of like, it's a big overlap with the Kanye crowd, right? So like he's got Kanye buy-in, and it was tough. What was the group like? What were the comments or the social media posts about the releases? How'd that go?
Yeah,
Bill?
Bill, what were they?
Well, I mean, you know, yeah, we can get into that. so every day I would go on eBay like about an hour after and just see how many pairs are listed up. I always scan for van shit, but I swear, like the first day for the black pair, it was like a page and a half, I swear, of just like every other shoe was the Jound black skate mid. So I posted up a video of it, just me scrolling, and then just to poke fun at it, like, oh, okay, yeah, this is awesome. It's nothing new to us, right? This happens whenever there's a release that's on the hype beast radar. It doesn't happen with like FDMTLs. It's not going to happen with stuff that's really only got like some sort of tie-in with Vans. It's when it's these other brands that like dabble into Vans. Yeah, they have their
Gosha,
their cult following, if you want it. It's not even cult. It's like mass following, and then they go and make super limited shit like this, and then it just But then you get all the people who are just out there to just be the opportunists and be a personal shopper for you. You know what I mean? Just buy it before you and then sell it to you.
Concierge service. We're helping you out. We're doing you a service.
Awesome. Yeah, man. Like I always say, it's a good testament to a shoe release for a brand, if you don't see them like reselling, because then it's like sought after.
Right.
Like people are not selling certain shoes out there. You can name like Edwin's, the gym standard. Like both of those old schools, you don't see them
Never.
ever.
Right.
That's a testament to his design, like in understanding Vans and that, and his core community, and maybe their local following in North Park. You know what I mean? It's just, it's something like down that level where you gotta fucking respect that shit.
Just a comment on that. Like, Bill, you didn't make it down for that, right?
No, I didn't. No.
I'm trying to it wasn't that long ago that release was, but I remember everybody in line, and I probably could look through my phone and get a lot of photos out. But everybody in line was so excited to get those pairs of shoes were just they were great, and everybody in line was authentic.
Yeah, locals, right? Everybody's locals. Obviously, it was only released that they put like one size run online. I think it wasn't even like worth mentioning.
And it was like a random. It wasn't like, hey, we're posting it at this time. I remember it was sort of like a random.
They just did it.
Yeah, I don't even remember how. It has to be that way.
Swish projects now. I think it's what they're called.
Now it's Swish. Now they use Swish projects.
Did you see that edit they did for Nike SB?
Oh no.
They just did the off-white dunk. I'm sorry, it wasn't Nike SB, excuse me, but they just did the off-white dunk edit. It's all over. It's filmed in San Diego, and it's Julian and Edwin and that crew.
Dope.
The Swish Projects crew. They did the off-white edit for Nike.
ECB gang. That's what's up. That's dope. I love to see them getting their roses. Good on them. And Edwin's such a good dude.
Dope.
Love them.
Such a great crew. Terrible that shop was awesome, and I think something that the three of us would love to be a part of or have one day. And it sucks that the retail concept for them didn't work, but I think the art side is
what
working
they have
out for
going
them,
on now seems to be doing really well. So good on them.
Definitely.
Man, that's what's up. Yeah, but anyways, with this John release, it brings out like I say, it brings out the riffraff. People coming in trying to just buy it up and resell it, and it's like, me, I'm salty because I'm trying to go for that size 12, and every day there was something new with that shop pay checkout. Like it just kept giving me errors. I just assumed at the end, like, what, it's not me, it's them. It's just a random message saying that it's out of stock, So whatever, it is. I don't know. Hopefully I can get one of the raffles now. Now I got to go the fucking raffle route with these other websites that are gonna have them.
You and me both, bro. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, it is what it is. Who cares?
Maybe we'll get.
I got the black and brown pair I was able to get. I do like them. I wanted the olive this morning, but I was able to catch a few hours of sleep early this morning. I didn't even set an alarm. It wasn't on my mind.
Yeah, so. You're already 300 in, plus tax and shit, like for two pairs. Right. So it's not cheap, but
they're cool though. And that's for me, it's a mid, it's a collaboration. If it doesn't come in a fucking drawer box, I don't know. I'll probably, I don't know what I'll do. I might not keep them.
It's sort of one of those things where, like, I imagine they would. I mean, with Jound and like the attention to detail that they have with their stuff, you would think that would be a no-brainer. Maybe not, but we've been surprised before, right? So
I'll tell you in 2 weeks.
It's coming with the flip top, man. I think I posted a photo of it. It was like the last photo on. Snap. If you go to look like right there, if you pull that up, if you're still on the blog right there, I think my last photo in the gallery is the box. It's the one with the little half triangle lid.
It is.
Yep. Pull it up, show them, but burst everybody's bubble. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, so I'll keep them.
So if people missed out, what do they do now? What's the step that they got to take now to get these?
There's this listing of the shops on Vans' website. I didn't put it up because I'm not trying to help everybody out. That's probably I should have not even put the fucking links up and let people know. That probably would have helped me. But on Vans' website they listed up all the sites that are getting them.
Yeah, they have Vans. If you didn't know, they have what was the drop date or the drop list?
The drop list.
So you can go there. This is us empowering you. Go to Vans.com and figure it out.
And I don't know what Vans' take on that is. I don't really understand it. Like, I would think that they would want to like not maybe draw too much attention to the cool guy stuff. But then again, that's just me being wishful, I guess. But it loses its like cool guy factor a little bit when you're like kind of sharing it out to the masses instead of them finding it through Jound or through us. People who like really represent that and like want to talk about it or something.
And it's
not on the other end. If I was a business and I had a rough year like last year was, and you're looking to your suppliers for help, I mean, and you're not gasping for air or anything like that, but you're looking for some help. And Bodega's platform isn't as big as Van's platform, Jound's platform. Blends too. They have their following, but they don't have the upper platform of Vans. And I think this helps. I don't mind it. Guys, we know how to get shoes. So if you know how to purchase shoes, you're gonna get the shoe you want to a point.
Do you think?
But yeah, I mean, I like it. I personally think it's pretty cool.
So just to, I mean, I've talked before about accessibility, right? And I think making people being, accessibility is huge for me, and making things more available to people is awesome. I think anytime we do that is great. On the other hand, creating maybe a buzz or advertising. Do you think that Vans needed to advertise these for them to sell out? Absolutely not, right? They're going to sell out.
For sure.
No. How are they going to pick and choose which of these drops they are going to mention on this website or not?
But I think they do, though, right? They don't mention everything.
Well, they mentioned, I know I ran into the Liberator Vans last week, but those are Japan only. So why are we going to get stuff that isn't released here necessarily?
Yeah.
I think I see more good out of this. I think it helps the retailer more. A lot of people don't know about sneakers and stuff.
Right.
And
I don't disagree.
If a lot of people knew that last sneakers and stuff pack, that multicolored checkered one, those wouldn't have hit sales. I think a lot of people out there go, Vans, checkered shoe, something I don't see everyone wear. I'm going to go buy that. If they had that, if they had the resource to it. Not everyone's as resourceful as your typical, the typical person who wants to go out and buy shoes.
Right. But if I go to the Vans Vault page, I have still the main thing are the Bedouins.
Right.
The Jounds, FDMTLs, and the ones before that are Wacko Maria, and then the Pride collection. We have had way more drops than those, right? So there's someone is picking, and before that it goes even further. Noah, the Bodegas, Porter. So someone is picking and choosing what goes on there, and I'd like to know what that's about. That's sort of interesting, that why someone would get something on there that wouldn't be posted somewhere else. But I mean, Tennessee's got their own vault place now, Rooted in Nashville, and I didn't know about it until I checked the Vans website, right? So it's helped me, even as someone who is as connected as I am, right? To even realize that we had that.
They're not even blasting this page. I mean, the first vault by vault originals, and then we have Ataka, and then we have the Fergus Purcell, and then Stray Rats. I mean, this is fairly old, and I don't even remember I remember one of the first emails I got was probably for Porter, because I signed up for it.
Right.
But I don't. I mean, anything prior to that is kind of interesting,
Yeah, they're trying to figure it out, I guess.
Yeah,
I think so too. Yeah. This can't be. It kind of goes the same way, right? Like skate shops aren't going to make their big money off of a quick strike Nike SB release, right?
Right.
Yeah.
This means absolutely nothing to Vans. I mean, no offense, but in the scheme of things, this is nothing. They're gonna make more money off their retail stores, and I think this is a favor to the retailers and the collections that are being made. Hey, check out Bedouin. Oh, you never heard of Bedouin? Now you're gonna go to their website. Oh, check it out. Bedouin sells $100 T-shirts. You're gonna get into it that way, or you're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking at it in a very odd odd way, but I feel like that's kind of it. They probably have a small team working on that.
Right.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like Bill said, it's a work in progress, right? They're working on it and trying to get it squared away. And I just saw something that I didn't realize was coming out, the sneakers and stuff collab that's
Yep.
coming.
Yep. Just
that-
posted
what is
that
like-
earlier too.
Tomorrow, right? You have to sign up on the app to get it. Apparently, that's what I'm looking at.
I think they do a raffle style release to their app.
Yeah. So, I'll throw that up here.
They do look really cool, and the editorial was really awesome too.
Yeah, they're like muted. It's black and white pretty much, and then just print, and then logos on the side.
They're doing a lot of. I think they're taking some vintage designs out for the clothing as well. So it's really cool. Vintage inspiration.
Yeah, in the photo press, like of the photo shoot that they did, one of the guys is even wearing like the Van Snow logo. Like I would call it the Snow logo, but like the '90s red logo.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. I wonder if that's if that's one of the tees or not.
Well, I mean, if anyone from Vans is listening to this, when you guys have 100 photos of the entire collection, put every photo out you can. Hey, here's the T-shirt, here's the hat, here's the 2 pairs of shoes, couple angles. That way people can see. I mean, it's like, hey, here's the tees, and we have all this other stuff coming out, but we're not going to let you know about it.
Yeah.
Or we're going to write about it and say, hey, here's this collection includes two shoes, a sneaker, and a pair of socks. Or I'm
Yeah.
sorry, two shoes, a T-shirt, and a pair of socks.
Yeah.
I mean,
shoe.
I don't really understand why they don't give you more information, and when they have now they have a page dedicated to it. So
Yeah.
you know,
Whoever's in charge
Just-
of it, just
Yeah.
you know, they'll figure it
just
out.
let us rant. Let us
Yeah.
rant, dude. Okay?
Let us let us have our opinions on.
Vans, you're
you know,
doing great. We love you.
Yeah.
You're doing
Right,
great.
we love
sweetie.
you. I'm sorry. They're like, you know what? Fuck that Joey guy. Bill's all right. Eddie's okay. Tired of this
fine.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a cool dope release. So just to touch on that, exclusively via the SNS app, so Sneakers and Stuff app, you need to sign up. It's coming with a T-shirt and pants, and you have to sign up between the 13th and the 17th, starting tomorrow. Assuming that is local to SNS time. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's US time.
Yeah, it's weird because they have a Venice store now too. So I don't know.
Okay. So
I think
Cali.
anything they do normally comes out of their London store, so it would probably be GMT.
Yeah, that London time. So probably open now. Sign-ups are probably open now then if it's the 13th. So get on the app, sign up if you're interested. Doesn't look like there's going to be a wider release, right? I don't see anything.
I don't think
Looks like
Doesn't-
exclusive to
doesn't look that way.
SNS. So that'll
you
be dope.
want them,
Cool.
go to SNS.
Shout out to Sneakers and Stuff. Really dope brand. Dope
Yeah,
shop.
yeah.
Um,
There's another new shoe coming out too. That's the one I just posted up
yeah, let's take a
on
look.
Under the Palm. The new Kids of Immigrants.
Kids of Immigrants. Oh, I saw a little post about these on. I think you did a. It was on the story. I think maybe it's on the story, something like that. I saw some
Yeah,
stuff.
it may be. I think. But it looks like an official class. The last one they did was like a 2-pair old school. Alex, the guy that was, that not Alex. I'm sorry, Trevor, Vans Fit 66, who was walking around with us and hanging out with us that day when we went to corporate. He was wearing the Kids of Immigrants old school, the first one they did.
Right.
Which to me, I always thought it was just a DIY, like they just put together something. I didn't know it was official, but I guess it had official boxes and everything. But it just looked like they just sewn in an extra tongue with a logo on it,
Yeah.
you know. And but I don't know. I mean, maybe it was official. Who knows? I don't know. But this one is for sure. It's got printing on the side with their branding on it and
Yeah,
stuff
this
like
is
that.
really dope. I like the corduroy, the contrast footbeds, really dope.
Yeah.
I'm getting sort of engineered garments vibes, right? Different.
Yeah, the flip flop, like the mirror,
Yeah.
or what do you call that? Yeah, each side is opposite of the other.
Bright yellow souls. So what's the release info on these? These are coming. What you got?
The 20th and the 18th. So like I guess they've always done this. They release through like the Greenhouse site or a Greenhouse app.
Okay.
You know, and that's gonna be on the 18th. And then the Kids of Immigrants website will release them on the 20th.
Dope.
Yeah, so
And
just
these
special
are,
fabric. You can read it. It says it has like a little Chinese laundry bag inspired insole, similar to the one the Syndicate released towards the end.
yeah, the Chinese laundry syndicates.
Yeah, like that style bag. And then the yellow sole that reminisces household lamps and a lining of coordinates that connect to the apartment where Kids of Immigrants started. So
That's
yeah,
dope.
I don't know. Interesting mix of materials and
Into
stuff.
them. Yeah. So these are just these are a classic, right? Not a vault.
Yeah, not a vault or anything. It's just a classic silo.
Still really cool.
But
I'm
an
dig
official
those.
collab for sure.
That's dope. Shout out to KOI.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with them, give them a look. Cool place, cool company, cool organization.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, and to answer Renee's question, he said, "Do you know if there's proceeds going anywhere?" I don't know. It doesn't say here.
Yeah, that I'm not sure of.
No, they didn't. That's not part of the official press release, I guess. So nope.
Yeah,
Officially, no.
No,
I
as
guess.
of now, anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit later. Cool. So let's hop over into some current events. Tragic shit happened at Shoe Palace. Really screwed up. Shoe Palace. This was in LA.
Yeah, Melrose on
Melrose. Yeah.
The big shopping district down there.
Yeah, man. Since we were young, that was where we would always go to before Fairfax or La Brea was a thing.
That's
Yeah,
That's really close to Brooklyn projects.
Yeah, Brooklyn Projects. Bay is right across the street. It's right there on the west side of Melrose, like just before Fairfax, like just like a couple shops down from the high school, like from the backside of the parking lot or the field. So,
Yeah, so
shit, man.
So one of the employees, right, Jaron Bradford, 26-year-old guy, just started working there recently. Got shot by a customer, I guess, right? Is like what we're seeing or reading.
There was
right
a
now?
raffle. There was like a raffle for like the fucking Jordan ones.
The Pollens.
Yeah, man, and like I guess there was some scuffle, and Jaron just got to work, I guess, and pulled up, and then was like trying to break it up or something, and then the whole like these dudes, I guess they like turned their direction at him, and then kind of went towards him, and then just bam, shot him. Videos online, and you could see that like what happened. It's like
tragedy,
senseless, man. Fucking sneakers, man. And like every few years, there's some shit like this that happens. Like even back in the day with like Jordans or like a Reebok pumps, right?
Stick up guys taking folks for their shoes
dude.
and stuff like that.
Dude. Yeah, that's where that song came from. Like what's the name with all the kids with the pumped up kicks or something. What's that song? Yeah, that's what that song's about. But it's it's just crazy, man. Like
it's not necessary. It's not. It doesn't need to happen. And the sad thing is that a lot of this has driven to that. It's they want the shoes, but it's really about they can get them, and then everything's worth something. And was it over an extra raffle ticket? Was that it?
Yeah, it wasn't even to buy the damn shoe. Right. It was like for another fucking chance, and they don't value life, some of these young kids, and what is it, what is it about the society they grow up in, is it fucking video games? Is it the fucking music that just glorifies it? Is it, the carelessness of life? Is it just narcissism, right? So many kids are narcissistic. They're raised that way, that like, I don't know. It's that whole participation trophy mentality. It's like, oh, you disrespected me, or I didn't get what I deserve, right? I don't know. They feel like they deserve everything,
I think there's just a lot of cases where it just didn't click with that person, and why would you? I've never even thought about bringing a gun anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's odd to think about. I don't have a problem with guns. I think guns are necessary in the right terms. But even if I lived in a place like Arizona, Cowboy Dave lives there. Wouldn't necessarily need to have my carrying permit and bring my gun into Vaughn's with me and get some groceries.
Right.
I feel safe. I feel okay. And I mean, now we have to think about if we really need that pair of Jordan 3s or Jordan 4s or whatever, we have to worry about getting a ticket. Or, if we go in and get a ticket, we have to worry about that. I think it's an isolated incident, but
it's not the norm for sure.
The senselessness of it. I know my world changed. My world changed last Tuesday. So everything I think is getting assessed, reassessed, and then I'm reevaluating the assessment of it.
Right.
Just simple on what happened in my life last week. So, it's terrible, and I don't think it's the responsibility of the shoemaker. I don't think it's the responsibility of the store. I think it's if they really have a strong community for shoes, if there truly is a demographic and a community of it, and a culture they want to be a part of, that's where it needs to start. That's where the change for this needs to start.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think I live in Memphis, and Memphis is one of the highest rates of violent crime in the country. And people talk about when we think of violent cities, people talk about Detroit, Atlanta, Chicago, places like that. But and then I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to brag about how hard the city is or something. But Memphis has a murder rate that's 4 to 5 times higher than that of Chicago. Chicago has 7 million people who live out there. Memphis has 600,000, and we have half as many murders. So it's really crazy. And here we've had this big spike in gun violence, mostly with kids. There's where I used to live, so across the state. This has been statewide, not just Memphis, but statewide. In Knoxville, much smaller area, more rural really than Memphis. It's got urban areas, but mostly a rural area. There's one high school there that's had 6 kids killed since the beginning of the year. Right, and one of them was shot by a police officer in the school, so that's a whole thing. But get police get the cops out of schools. I'll just say that. But it's a global issue right now, at least here, right? Having violent gun violence, and what do we do about it? I don't have the answers. I don't know what the answers are. I know that it's affecting our communities, and just like COVID, right? Those are things we're never going to get back. The impact that sort of shit has is just, it's very far-reaching. So.
But it's in our community. It's there. It's in the sneaker culture. That's why it's
right.
Damn. Okay, so it brings it back to that. Fuck. Okay, so this can happen if you're out there. That's why they don't do fucking lineups anymore. People are gonna come and stick you up. Once the prices started getting high again, right? I mean,
how many times have we slept on the street and I've never felt safer.
Yeah. It was fun.
Right. I mean, dead seriously. Whatever you're waiting for, and the people you meet and you get to talk to, and that's the sense of that culture that you need to bring back, or we need to bring back. And I mean, I don't think that people are responsible for it, but it'd be nice to get back to that. Even pre-COVID, when you had a lot of these raffles, people weren't staying overnight for sneakers. And I'm not saying back to 10 a.m. release and you can start lining up at 10 p.m. or whatever, but that's how we got through it, and that's how we met. That's how we were able to get through these things. I mean, look, you're waiting from fucking 8 p.m. to to noon the next day. It's a long time. How do you pass time? Bring the barbecue, bring music, talk to these people, bring a blanket. You're just bullshitting. I mean, yeah.
It sounds like, you know, I don't know, maybe simple or something. I don't know what the proper word is, but like just talking to one another, man, the sense of community that you can build just by talking to one another about that stuff and just sort of being, you know, together and being as one. You know, yeah, one of the reasons I like the Vans community so much, right, is because of that.
Yeah, we're like nerds with it. We're still childish with it. Like there's still a youthfulness to it where we're like enthusiastic about it. It's not just a transaction. We're not just there to fuck. Do they open yet? Let me get my shoes so I can go resell this shit. Like it's not a job, you know. Like even after we started getting hooked up with like pairs of shoes, like we knew a pair was secured. I wanted to line up and hang with the homies still and maybe and get a second pair because it's one to rock, one to stock.
Absolutely.
You know that. And we won't always do that, but I mean, there's something about that. And maybe even shops, if they kind of give a shit and they want to fix shit, they could probably do something like that. Or, you know, get creative. Who knows? Like in the morning, you know, ask, okay, what did you like? Did you meet anybody new here today or something? Just foster that, you know?
Darkside does something really cool. They do the money to the Cactus Jack Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
So when you enter a raffle, if you buy any kind of raffle, all the proceeds go that way. And I think something like that is great. And they are community oriented. And
who is this?
Yeah. What shop did you mention?
Darkside Initiative. I know we were texting about it earlier, so that's kind of the first thing that came to my mind.
There's something about like that NorCal area, dude. Like they all do it, man. Like 510, they, you know, they put on some stuff like where, you know, or even Atlas, right? Atlas, San Mateo. Like they're like, go buy something from this place, you know, or True did it even, you know, and they're all from, you know, San Francisco area, or, you know, the Bay. Like go buy something, support them, show us your receipt, then you get like that's your ticket to buy a pair of these, you know. It's like do something for them and then I'll do something for you, you know. And that's the way it should be. It's sad that these guys got to go and kind of, you know, teach these kids this type of thing, but you know, it's good.
That kind of community outreach is so important. Feist does that in Utah.
Oh, nice.
They're like, hey, this bakery, go buy something from this bakery. Hey, this I don't, you know, print shop, go buy a book and bring us your receipt. You know, how many ever pairs we have, come in with that receipt, boom, you're good to go. That kind of community aspect is so important. Everything, if you can get anything hyper local, I think that's so good. And I know it kind of burns a lot of people who don't live there. You know, I don't necessarily live by shop, but I'm only 35 minutes from Blends down in San Diego, right? So if I really need something, I could go down there and get it. It's not that far out of my way, but it's still hyper local, you know.
And I think that there are ways that the shops can strike that balance, right? To have accessibility, but still be foster that local fucking sense of community, you know, even if it's as simple as like Lyman said in chat, you know, Atlas and 510 did canned food drives for SB releases.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Atlas was the one. Yep. And 510.
You know, I don't know if Joe, you could probably relate, but like, remember going to hardcore shows? Bring a canned food. You know, bring some canned foods and you get in for free. Bring you know, $5 entry with, you know, 10 things of canned food or whatever, right? Like something like that. And I think that is something that it's part of the DIY mentality, you know, that community, like the sense of fuck, we're all we've got. No one else is coming to save us, so we gotta help ourselves. And you know, Todd mentioned something important, like they have to make the storefront profitable, and I totally agree. I get it. They're businesses, you know, they exist to make money essentially, but yeah, I don't know. I think that we'll see what happens with the fallout from this, if anything, the fallout from this murder.
Oh, they already caught the guy, according to the news, like 30 minutes ago,
Oh,
40
word.
minutes ago.
So that's breaking.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. When I did a Google search of like LAPD arrests 16-year-old in fatal shooting of the Shoe Palace employee.
16
fucking year old, man. See, that's the
16 years
mentality.
old, bro.
Their brains aren't even fucking developed
Over a
yet.
raffle ticket. Over
Yeah.
a raffle ticket.
Yep.
His life is over. I mean, even
Yeah.
if he gets 25 years,
Yeah.
half of his life is gone. It's terrible. It's tragic. It's unnecessary. It's something that should be addressed. And it kind of, I don't know who's gonna hear what we just said, but if
Yep.
anyone does, if you're a store and um, if you have any kind of affiliation with sneakers, you need to not address it directly, but it's time to step forward. It's time to step forward.
Yeah.
Not backwards. There's no more backwards.
You know, I do a ton of community work, and if anyone has any questions, right, you feel embarrassed about how to do something like that, or you have, you know, questions about how to do something like that, or getting plugged in with the right people, hit me up. I know people all over the country, all over the world who do work within a lot of the major cities. And if I don't, I know someone who does, you know, and I'm happy to be that bridge. So yeah, senseless. 16, man. That makes it worse, right? You know, like it sucks. Like when you think about, like, if it was like a 35-year-old guy who shot the guy, yeah, that sucks too. But like, I guess when it's a 16-year-old who did it,
he's still in high school. He's like a fucking 11th,
crazy,
10th grader, man. You know?
Like Eddie, like you just said, if they're 35, you go, wow, he's an adult. He knew his actions.
Right.
And now you have a 16-year-old who, God only knows why a 16-year-old had a gun.
Yeah.
So why? You're able to legitimately ask that question why, and you're never really going to get the answer, but you feel for both parties because you don't want tragedies like that happening on either end.
Right. And
it's terrible.
And Todd said, you know, he's dumb just like I was at 16. I'm like, bro, yeah. I mean, you know, I same. Like the shit that I was doing when I was 16, I was an idiot, bro. Like absolute idiot.
You didn't murder anyone.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like I you know, I do some of the work that I do here in Memphis. I'm part of a community justice panel. So every month I sit in on cases where people, you know, for instance, guy steals some money from where he works. And now he's got a felony charge. And they have to meet certain requirements, but they get to come before us if they meet these requirements. And it's the goal of community justice is to make like the community whole, make the victim whole, and also sort of address why the person did what they did and stop that from happening in the future, right? And so it's really cool that I get to do this because I studied it in college, and a lot of people don't get to work within their field, you know, and so I'm really privileged to be able to do that. And you know, like a lot of the stuff are just stupid things, right? And we're ignoring like the murder aspect, right, of this particular case. But like when I was 16, I was doing shit that if I got busted for, it would have ruined my whole life. You know, I'd still be paying for it. I never would have. We wouldn't be here, that's for sure, because it would have changed the trajectory of my entire life. And a lot of the things that we see people doing, they're just mistakes, dumb shit mistakes, right? Knucklehead stuff that you know. They just happen to get caught. I tell them all the time, like, hey, bro, the only difference between you and me sitting in these seats, you got caught and I didn't, right? Like, that's it.
Right. Wrong place, wrong time, dude. It's a real thing, and I mean, I hope as a 16-year-old he's going to be able to get the help that he will need.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we're not ignoring the fact that there was a murder. We know that.
No,
but,
yeah. I think outside of that case, like ignoring that case.
Any decent human being is going to know it's a tragedy, and then the other half of that party, as senseless as it was, the correct human rights thing to do would be, let's try to help that other person.
Yeah.
they're going to pay for that for the rest of their life, but let's try to help them.
Yeah, we have to see what happens. And going back, I think closing the loop on it, we'll see what happens within the community, right? The sneaker community or the Melrose community or greater. What happens from this? I guess we'll see. What a bummer, man.
How do you keep your guard up on something like that? I mean, you're lucky to ever find parking on the street there.
Yeah.
You normally will pay for parking. I know a lot of people haven't seen this, but it's probably 8 to 10 blocks of shopping. Whether it's jewelry or clothing or skate shops, whatever it might be on those blocks, it's full of it's a shopping district. So
right.
I mean, whether you're next to them or across the street, like Brooklyn projects, you got to think, how can I stay safe? How can I keep my employees safe and little things like that? And I do think this is an isolated incident, but it's on your mind.
Yeah.
If you ever get in a car accident, next time you get in a car, you're gonna go, damn, am I gonna get in another accident?
Yeah.
It's tough, terrible, man. But hopefully they can move forward.
Yeah.
Well,
what else? Do we have anything happy to talk about?
Yeah, I guess a little bit lighter note here. We'll talk about some clowns on eBay.
Oh yeah, this is a good one.
These. Did y'all know that there was a Vans Off-White collaboration?
Not a real one.
Not a real one.
I didn't know. Apparently on eBay we've got a pair of the very super extremely limited Vans Off-White old schools with a I'm sure legitimate off-white
belt.
gold belt.
Yes.
Which,
that's definitely an authentic off-white zip tie. 100%.
Yeah. The zip tie. Yeah, he should just start selling kits with zip ties and fucking laces that say shoelaces on them, man.
Did you also know that they came out in 2013?
Oh dang! Is that what the little tag says right there? Oh dang.
Okay. Is that?
Wow.
That's not what Off-White started. That's got to be like Pyrex times, right?
I don't even know. Maybe they all say that. I don't know. I've never seen.
Yeah, I never looked at I've never scrutinized Off-White stuff like this far in. So.
Eddie, can you throw the link in the chat?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some fun with this guy. Or girl.
Chat here.
Sure.
I'll throw the link.
Vans Off-White with gold Off-White belt, and they're only buy it now $500.
It's not bad considering an Off-White belt's probably like $280, $300.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that it's really a steal. I mean, it's coming with secure delivery with tracking.
I wonder if they. I want eBay authentication though.
That's my question.
Is that not on there?
Why is there no authentication?
No, it
is.
Authenticity guarantee.
This item is verified by an authenticator before delivery.
Oh my God, it is.
I don't think they knew. I don't think they knew what they checked. They forgot to uncheck that box when they created the auction, I think.
Want me to buy these for science purposes?
Yeah.
We're gonna totally.
I mean, it does.
We're gonna discredit eBay authentication.
I mean,
it does come with an Off-White official product bag, and it says official. Okay. So.
Right. I don't mind dealing with the headache. This could actually be fun for me.
That's funny. That is funny.
They do accept best offer.
This guy's got 98% feedback. What a loser. If you don't have 100% on eBay, you're terrible.
And he sold 90 items too. What in the world? I'm looking at his completed listings.
What else do we have? See other items. We've got...
Yeah, what else did this guy sold?
Dead by Daylight DLCs. So digital goods. And a Nike Anarchy bomber jacket.
What the fuck?
All right.
This is... That's not even a real... That's like a bootleg Nike jacket, right?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
This is not.
That's awesome, man.
Really
Damn.
interesting.
That's
Yeah,
funny. And it's not
so-
painted, it's actually like constructed that way. Like if you look at the side panels, like the stitching is white, like it's
Yep.
already it was made like in a factory.
Right. So these are like
And
maybe
you can
not.
tell it's a totally bootleg sole. Like it's the shape is like
Yes.
off.
The shape
can
is
see
so
it.
off.
They
Yeah,
look
that shape looks sus.
they look like a step under the platforms. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
exactly, kind of.
you know
That
the
bu-
Revenge X Storm stuff.
Yeah,
It's
yep.
like that. It's like the same sort of stuff that
Same factory,
they
right? Yeah.
bootleg.
But wait, I mean, like we said, it's an off-white official product bag.
I mean,
That's got to be worth a couple $100, right?
Yeah, right.
only
I'm
worn
just gonna
once,
say,
too big for my own comfort.
All right, next week we're gonna get Virgil Abloh on. We're gonna get the full
Yeah.
story. We'll figure
Yep.
it out. Not a big deal.
Exactly. Yeah. No, yeah, for sure.
Wow, I've got some other ones here that are. Gosh, wow.
I got nothing, man.
All right, guys, podcast is over. We'll see you next week.
You're like
Just
speechless.
can't.
I think, yeah.
I can't. I'm getting flashbacks to Go Yard.
Oh,
Vans. I don't even want to talk about it.
Dang.
Well, maybe we'll do an episode. We'll do an episode on bootlegs.
Yeah.
Which will be dope. I can't wait for that one.
But that one, yeah. We still gotta do the collabs one still. We keep pushing that back.
We'll
Sorry,
talk
this
about
week we didn't
collabs,
talk
too.
about collabs either.
So
That's gonna be a running joke. Well, let's just never do the collabs episode. Just tell them, oh, we forgot this week.
the another bright side. We talked about bright side. Another highlight. Little happiness. We had speaking of dark side, they just opened a new shop in Portland. So pretty
Hell
cool. Dark Side's like we were saying, really good company. They've done some awesome collabs. I wish that I had the super fabric stuff that they did, especially now as a motorbike rider. I would love to get a pair of those. So those are one of those things that I'm probably never gonna find. But if anyone has a pair of 10s, size 10s or 10 and a half, whatever, hook it up. I'll pay for them, whatever. Hit your boy up. But yeah, cool shop. If you're in Portland, they are at where is it? Got the address on Burnside Street every day. So 7 days a week, 11 to 6. So hit them up for sure.
Really cool shop.
Yeah.
They carry a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah, high end stuff, really dope.
Like the OG double taps stockist up there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One of the first US
Neighborhood, huh? Like
stores to have that.
all the high end
That's
Japanese
good
stuff. Yeah.
Shop looks really cool, really dope art pieces. Yeah, shout out to Dark Side. Cool shop.
They'd be a shop. I've never been to any of the shops. I've shopped online. I've given them plenty of my money, but be really cool to get one of their creative directors to chat with us about how they do things and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I think that's something, as this podcast goes on, you won't have to listen to us too much. We'll try to get some people on here to talk about their shops, and I personally, that's why another reason why we started this podcast was to get these shops their credit, the credit that they deserve, and a little bit. Not that this is a huge platform or anything like that, but a platform to talk to or to talk on and talk about their shop and reasons why they do these things, etc.
Yeah, definitely. I think we can definitely do that.
So if you're listening, shops.
Yeah, you want to come on, let us know. We'd love to have you. Yeah, so the last thing we'll talk about tonight, unless something else comes up, is Cop Date.
Yeah.
What is Cop Date, Bill?
So this is a topic I added to our agenda. Cop Date is an app, right, that a lot of us are familiar with, who are like still trying to dabble with that, like Nike SB scene, Jordans, any of the hype sneakers where you have to do raffles for. A lot of skate shops tend to use it, I think, more so than others. because a lot of the boutique shops that sell like Jordans and stuff, they all have like established websites and web stores where maybe your local skate shop doesn't, but they use CopDate with to do their raffle systems. But it just, I don't know, it seems like it's been getting more fishy to me lately. Because the way their system works is you can sign up for free for the basic raffle, but then you can boost your raffle if you qualify, whatever it is, you get accepted by the shop that's running it, to boost your raffle for like a couple dollars more, like $3 for like a double boost and $5 for like a triple boost. And yeah, it's I just feel like the shops and CopDate are making all this money, but they're still picking people on their own to win these raffles.
And
it's I don't know. It's like,
sounds...
who's to say they are or they're not? There's no checks and balances to show. I don't know.
That sounds to me like, I am not a lawyer, but doesn't that sound like gambling? Joe, maybe you can weigh in. Does it feel like gambling? As our resident gambling expert.
It does. But like Bill said, like, if I still want to dabble in these things, like there's shoes I still want personally, and like last February when the Flax Dunks made it stateside. I know I was like, look, I'm willing to pay. I'll probably pay $220 for them, which that's where they're sitting market wise. But I wound up winning a pair through CopDate. And I did the triple boost. I won it randomly at a shop, and
you had no connection to them or anything, right? Like,
no. Yeah. So I mean, I'm not going to try to sit here and debunk Bill's hypothesis on it, but I won them from Borders in Montebello. I've never even been to Montebello. I've lived in Southern California my entire life, so I wound up running up there and picking them up. But it's a gamble. It costs money. You don't see, there's not like a live video of like them putting your name in something and pulling your name out. Is there a weird algorithm to it? I don't know. I think all three of us have been on one side of the CopDate, which was with Blends when when one of the skates
came
out,
right? Or the Epoch, I think, right? That one was through CopDate.
I think it was the Skate High.
Oh, okay, they did. Yeah, maybe the last Skate High was through CopDate as well, huh? The canvas and suede.
I know. I won a pair through CopDate, but I didn't follow through because we were fortunate enough to be able to get a pair through Blends directly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, is it gambling? Maybe. I don't think CopDate's a scam, but the only thing I would hope would be that the shop is getting some kind of percentage back, which would help them be a part of CopDate for any reason. I know like Brooklyn Projects, Borders, 35th Avenue. I don't think Atlas, but Stratosphere in Atlanta.
Yeah, because they have this system now too where you're automatically entered, like for like I don't know, all new releases. Yeah, I always get the notifications like, oh, you're signed up for this one, and
so like if you win, it doesn't automatically charge you. You have to like
no, and that's another thing. You still got to pay once you get picked. You got to pay them another fee, and then on top of that, you pay the shop the shoe. So you're paying like a reservation fee once you've already been chosen. If I recall, like it's been a while since I've only won it like once, and it was like through like bows and arrows or something for some like days.
Eddie, if you win a shoe, like let's say you won whatever shoe, they send you an email and you hit the reservation button. To reserve the shoe, it costs you $5.
Yeah.
So, and it's yours, your size, the one you signed up for, but it's $5. Once you pay that $5, submit your information, you're good to go. Whether they're shipping,
they hand off. Yeah, they hand off to the shop, and now the shop is going to invoice you or call you to take credit or take a card, whatever.
So
now you're done with CopDate.
So I pay. So this is, if I'm understanding, I want a shoe, so I get this. I get this app.
Yep.
I pay to enter the raffle.
If you want to boost it, you get a free entry. The free entry is your base level, but if you want to boost it, and get better chances at winning to get put into another tier, another bucket.
See, that's that's the sus
that's where they
thing.
give you times 3. So
Yeah.
if they're at your name times 3, which the first one is the initial, hey, you can't charge me for this first one.
Yeah.
That's how they're getting around.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
No purchase necessary, right?
And who knows? They probably use it for the less popular pairs, like, or if they had leftovers, you know, who knows? We'll never know because there's no, you know, transparency to it. There's just, I don't know.
Todd
there's just
said
so many
something
of these
interesting,
services. There's just so many services and so many like different things that are like added on to this whole sneaker buying thing nowadays, you know? It's just crazy. It's like,
it's because why would anyone stop from entering a nationwide raffle?
yeah.
I think we touched on this before. These people, every time a shop says, hey, we're getting this shoe, and then, all of a sudden you hear or you see the 50 comments of, oh, they backdoor.
Right.
They got 7 pairs of this shoe. This is a quick strike. These new people in the shoes, they don't understand that.
Right.
They got this the shop you don't support, got 7 pairs of that shoe that you want, and because you didn't win, you say it was backdoored. I don't think that's the case. I think, yeah, dude, maybe the guy that owns the shop and a worker wears the shoe. You think they don't give a fuck. Skateboarders don't care about any of this shit. What they care about, what these shop owners care about, is keeping their door open so they can pay their bills,
right?
So they can feed their family and stuff like that. They want to go. They that's all they care about. I know a lot of. I don't even know if you call them sneakerheads. What do you call a new? I know what we call them. Culture vultures. A lot of these culture vultures. They come in here and they want to say these things, and look, shops might backdoor, but if they do, they're doing it to people who have shopped at their shop.
Yep.
I've gotten plenty of shoes because I've known people or I've had a relationship with people. I've always paid. I've paid. And I've paid over box for certain stuff when it's like, do I really want to pay over box? I can go get it somewhere else for under box. No, I'll pay that over box price. It's not a big deal. I got it coming to me. It's always legit. These shops don't care. Right. It's the sneakerheads, the culture vultures who think they care.
I think there's also there's a difference between like us supporting a shop, getting hooked up with a pair of shoes versus getting a full size run, going to pick up a full size run and then putting them on eBay.
For sure.
And shop owners are torn too because they gotta also play the politics and hook up the guy that goes in there and spends thousands of dollars a month.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because it's quid pro quo. They're not just showing up there and spending money on all this other shit. They're doing it so they can, get that hookup at that one time. You know what I mean? And that's what happens when the demand is way much higher than the supply. So, it is what it is. It's all fucked up.
And
we just pick our Vans thing and we have a better chance at it,
For my part, like I'll reach out to a shop and be like, hey, is there any way to secure a pair of something, right? And like, I used to feel real weird about asking that, but like, I'll ask a favor like that, but I'm not expecting it for free. I'm still gonna pay for it, right? Like
of course.
I got these here. I just got a shipment from homie at Billy's in Vans Japan, Billy's Tokyo, and like I reached out originally because I was like, hey, I want to purchase a pair of shoes, and after got my size and stuff, it was like, hey, how much do I owe you? You don't owe you anything. I'm like, okay,
nice. There you go.
Awesome, that's dope. But like, that is so the rarity of that happening. It's crazy,
right?
But like,
it's not what these shops. We're just reaching out to make sure that we have what we want.
Yeah,
for sure, right? And I, it's just I don't know. It's a weird the politics of the culture, right? Are weird now because it I don't know. It's if I was just because I used to be right. I used to be some guy. Not that I'm anything special now, but like we all used to be just some dude who would go to a store and buy shoes. Now we do all of these things. We have social media that we do. We do a shit like this. We put the work in, and we don't get paid for this. You know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about you, Bill, but I don't get a check every month. You know, from anyone saying, hey, you know, do this or sponsored content. Right. Never done sponsored content. We don't do that sort of shit, right? Because I want to be.
Bang, reach out though. Bang, reach out.
Yeah.
Bang, please reach out. I'll do sponsor that. But you know, like no ads, and we don't do shit like that, and that's because I think that it does taint. Even if you say it doesn't, you know, we're not doing a Raid Shadow Legends intro or ad spot, you know, unless Raid Shadow Legends reach out. You want to pay us. I'm not gonna play your game, but I'll put your ad on here. You know, like shit like that. I think it does affect, you know, the content, right? When you are thinking about, well, at least when you're relying on it. When you're like, fuck, I gotta do a review for this, and that's how I pay my bills. I have to make sure that I keep that milk running from the cow, right? You know, it's tough. It's a weird balance, man, and I don't know. That's
why I say, I don't know. I just say, like, I tell anybody who like asks about like what I do and what we do, and it's like, man, this is a hobby. Never forget that, and keep it a hobby, and have a job that can support this hobby. So that way you don't gotta like feel stressed out and feel like you have to like be inauthentic because you need that money.
Right.
You know, I don't want nobody fucking paying me money, telling me what to do.
Absolutely not.
Fuck all that, man. Like, the fuck I look like? Come on.
Right. Exactly. I mean, I may look like a schmuck, but I'm not. Right? I'm not.
This isn't disingenuous talk from us either.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we wouldn't shy away from help or support, but
man,
if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think
definitely.
We look, we're called the Authentic Era for a reason, right? And we're gonna keep it that way. It's not the what's the
money bag boys, the get the bag boys.
That's not us. We ain't
all the terms.
Yeah, whatever it is.
We're not a cook group. You know, we're not
whatever the kids are saying these days. We're not
one of those.
No.
But anyway, I guess
Nike talk. Oh,
this ain't it.
Julio.
The topic that we were just on, and the fact that we just ranted like
about
30 degrees left, right, dude, is absolutely bananas.
That's funny.
Oh man, hashtag NT Denim. That's right, Lyman.
Oh dang.
Yo, well, I think that's a good place to end it for the stream. You know, thanks everyone for your support over the past week. We weren't gonna have this stream today. You know, we had some shit going on, but I think it was good we did. Bill, hope you're feeling better, man.
Thanks, man. And just a quick shout out. You know, we're putting my cousin Mike to rest tomorrow, so tomorrow morning. Michael Musharbish, you know, my little cousin, rest in peace, man. From Lakeside, California, went to El Capitan High School, grew up, raised by my grandparents. So he had a pretty rough childhood. You know, my mom and our family, we raised him, tried to keep him close, you know, and so had a little tragic accident, passed away, but we'll be putting him to rest tomorrow. He's gonna live on through all of us, you know. I'm using his webcam now. We had to go clean out his house like last Sunday, so we're getting all the arrangements put together. So just there's pieces of him around me, you know, pieces. Got things. I don't know. He's got like you know, he was into some good stuff, I guess. I don't know. I'm like, dang, man, I don't know. We got all kinds of stuff. Oh man.
Left cousin Bill the good stuff.
Yeah, man.
Well, definitely
love you, cousin Mike.
Rest in power, bro. Keep Bill in your thoughts. Keep the family in your thoughts. I know you'll be in mine. So, shout out to everyone who supported us, supported me. Wish me, you know, any message you sent to.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you, dude. We were like, Eddie's on a fucking ayahuasca trip out in the middle of fucking Ramona, like tripping on fucking peyote or some shit. Like,
Not yet.
bro.
I did
I
No,
not.
was
man.
like, dang.
I was like, there's
just-
no way Eddie would break edge. There's no way.
You
Just-
did.
Dude, I couldn't.
I wasn't Tony Sopranoing it. I promise. I don't have photographic evidence, but Joey called the VA. Okay, there's records. I was not on an ayahuasca trip.
I have a screenshot of your location at the VA parking lot. Your phone.
Yeah, we did.
Man.
Yeah.
Tracking you down was the most
Ooh.
scary thing I could think of, and then getting you on the phone finally was just the biggest relief. So I'm glad you're okay, Eddie, and Bill. We're sending all our love your way, man. And
Thanks.
you know, if it's weird, we have this platform. We still have Facebook, and I know our funny with this Jound release. I know that the group goes a couple different ways during all these releases, you know. So.
Yeah.
If you want to reach out or you want to talk on there or you want to just post bullshit, do it. You're going to get a smirky asshole response from us, but
It's with love.
it's sent with love. It really is. And even if your uncle works for Double Taps and you think you're tight, man, just send it send everything you want our way, and
Yeah.
we are a community.
Yeah.
We're here for you guys. We're here for each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
Send it out, man. Talk to us on there because we're not interested in leaving anyone behind. We want everyone to move forward with us.
Definitely.
Big time.
Yep. Hell yeah. Well said.
Word. So with that,
All right.
thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us. If you're in the chat, we love you. If you're not in the chat, we love you too. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're checking us out on YouTube. If you're following us or listening to us wherever you get your podcasts, appreciate you. Be sure to throw us a follow. If you want to see what we're up to, you can follow us at all of our links are at theauthenticera.com. Yeah, appreciate you. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Peace.
Love y'all.
Peace.